coach. And here we go. The opening tap is controlled to the Boilermakers. Our officials for this afternoon's game, a red letter crew. DJ Karstensen, Keith Kimball, and Earl Walden. Roya with the dump down, TKR with a flush.
We are going to talk about these elite point guards all day, but the big men must make an impact. Iowa is an undersized team, so can Trey Kaufman-Renn and Oscar Clough get deep catches? Good start for Purdue.
Sturtz always finds the proper angle, it seems. Here's Combs. Like missed one from point-blank range after a beautiful pass by Manuel. That was a chip he missed. He spins from the point guard, leading to fallaways. Another specialty of Braden Smith.
Yeah, that shot that you saw from him, that fadeaway from the corner, we've seen that one about 50 times this season alone. He loves going to his right hand.
Banks in traffic, and he's fouled. We'll talk about a performance. How about his work to managing to hold on in that game in Lincoln? That was a tough road victory. K.O. Combs will trigger it in. Watch those passes. They can look lazy in a hurry when Smith converges on you. Shot clock down to 2. It's got to go up. Sturtz throws up a one-hander. He does manage to get the heel before being cleared by Purdue.
And Oscar Clough and Trey Kaufman-Renn are going to be asked to switch, especially the late clock situations. That time Clough doing a nice job contesting Sturtz without fouling. That's hard to do.
Clough is a marvelous passer out of the post, whether he's back to the basket or facing it. Cox with 7 on the clock. The rebound to Sturtz.
You've watched Iowa this year. They're a very efficient offense, but they're deliberate. They will take their time, and they're going to be judicious with their fast break opportunities.
Dump down to Banks. Double teamed. Didn't feel that from Smith, and we've got a tie ball.
Wait on that. He's like, we want to be one of the best anticipatory defenses in the country. That's why their walkthrough was about an hour long. They walked through every set that Purdue ran.
Yeah. And by the way, he did not delegate authority on that. No. He went through it himself.
He was in the middle of the key directing traffic.
Indeed. Defensive-minded coach, like so many that are successful at this high level. Whoa, spin move, beautiful drop step. And Trey Kaufman-Renn, a.k.a. TKR, drops it through. He has all 4. The lead is 4.
And Trey Kaufman-Renn having a very interesting season because he's still shooting the same percentage as he did last year, but last year he averaged 20 points a game. This year, just over 12. He's just shooting way less. Here's that hand up early from Fletcher Lawyer.
Well, that's a tough shot. They're forcing tough shots. Great offensive board work. Manuel all over it. Sturtz, there's that angler we were talking about.
Watch this elbow. He kind of goes into C.J. Cox there, and that's all contact created of the season.
Alvaro Fulgaris has come into the game as Colin goes to his bench pretty quickly. Also gets number 8, Cooper Koch, back out there where he needs him to be. And it's a 4-2 game.
Trying to get Trey Kaufman-Renn another post touch.
That's the curl, the specialty of Lawyer. And the rebound cleared by Cooper Koch. Fulgaris, beautiful pass inside. And the foul out there. And C.J. Cox, unfortunately, wrong place, wrong time. Has a second foul.
Well, you mentioned Fulgaris. I'll let you handle all the Spanish speaking today on our broadcast, maybe, but Fulgaris, a junior, is one of the better passers on the floor. Yeah, I know he's a big guy. This young man can really pass the ball.
Clough feeds Harris on the perimeter, and he knocks it down. Jakari out of Atlanta. Grayson comes into the game. At 7 in that performance at Nebraska. They needed him too. Every point you could get for the Boilermakers to come out of there with a W. Beautifully done. Isaiah Howard, another Drake transfer out of Plattsburgh, Mo, ties the game at 7.
After the first 2 offensive possessions for Iowa, it looked like the Hawkeyes were forcing a little bit. And the last 2, at least 3 or 4 Hawkeyes have touched the basketball.
Not far removed from the times that Matt Painter was playing and Steve Lavin was an assistant.
Oh, yeah.
I might add, at Purdue back in those days.
Our former colleague, Steve Lavin, now the head coach at the University of San Diego. I'll let you handle all the pre-80 stuff. I was born in 1981, Timmy B. Do not forget that, my friend.
Smith. Well, I'm just happy to know that you're older than my oldest daughter by a smidge. Lawyer from downtown. Not as much arc as normal on that shot. A little bit more of a line driver. Skirts clears. Head always up.
Well, Iowa's defense is stout, but Tim B, you know, as Banks gets his shot blocked by Clough, Iowa, what they want to do defensively is run Purdue off the three-point arc.
Oh, hammer time! Harris, hello! In so many ways is on the bench. He's a guy that's gone 40 minutes many times, 45 if for overtime. Anytime he can get on the bench to take a breath early, they'll take advantage of it because he's going to be there late.
Meyer, number 17, in dark right here on the ball. Stout. I mean, he is built like a linebacker.
Great work by TKR coming over to help defensively.
And Daniel Jacobson, who's posting around 7'4". My brother from a taller mother, Timmy B.
Too strong. TKR with the offensive rebound and the recycle. And the rebound cleared by Fulgaris.
Still Purdue getting really good looks. They are playing. It is very clear to me. They want to play from the inside out. As many post touches as possible.
Sage, another one of those young men that is someone to keep an eye on for the future. Tate Sage. 0 for 4 from downtown Iowa. They've not yet hit a 3.
Both of these teams are efficient from the three-point arc, though.
Ball's on the deck. They're going to get a tie ball again. Arrow stays.
Require it. The bigs are often dribble handoff. They're a part of short rolls. They make decisions.
He's got a great future, no doubt about that. Banged up his leg early in the season. Got a little bit behind, but there may be an occasion, especially in the tournament coming up, where they need his size late. Meyer can't connect. Tap out saved by Lawyer.
UConn allows fewer threes, and in the first matchup, Purdue only made 6.
Yep. Iowa had a chance in that game. They did.
Oh, there was a trip down there.
Sure was. They missed it. Sturts on a dribble drive. High arcing off the window, can't get it to go. He's not been able to get anything done from a field goal perspective as yet. Always the focal point of the opposition's D. And a big fella doubled right away, and they get a foul.
Shots this year, 31 of them are dunks. He is a lob catcher.
Jacobson, that's as easy as it'll get. Count it, and 1.
That time it wasn't enough, though. You got to hold him up just 1 second longer.
An opportunity at a 4-point play, and they deliver it. Harris gets it done. Get the rebound off the missed free throw, and suddenly earlier today at shoot-around, it's not about the number in front of your school's name. It's about the matchups within your bracket.
I hear that. I think Matt Painter would take a hard pass on playing Houston in the NCAA tournament. Of course, Purdue made it to the Sweet 16 last year and lost a 2-point heartbreaker to Kelvin Sampson's squad.
And by the way, name the team that plays most like Houston, not named Houston. It's down the road at Iowa State.
That's right, Cyclones.
Yep, who handled Kansas today in short order. Harris has 9. Since coming off the bench, and 11 of the 15 points belong to the Boilermaker. And with Matt, you were like, well, no, he's not getting a lot of it.
Doesn't Matt Painter always have a 7-footer or more on his roster? I mean, he's had a 7-footer on his roster every year since 2012.
Yeah.
You know, Will Berg, Isaac Haas, Matt Harms, Zach Edey, of course, AJ Hammonds, and then now Daniel Jacobson's just the latest.
Now that boiler bully ball of his. Zach Edey, how did he project at the next level? I'd say he's doing okay, thank you.
Way better than I thought, to be honest, though. Good for him.
Holmes with a shot fake and then the pass. Just coming up dry.
Purdue hardly gets there at all, which is a little bit surprising considering their roster construction. I know they have Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer shooting threes, but they love to attack the paint too.
Fulgaris. Something good happens when he drives into the lane. Ooh, that one got caught on the heel of the iron and just would not turn over for Banks. Smith, beautiful pass to Harris. Oh, just a thing of beauty. Jakari is on fire right now. He's got 12 of the 19. And the scoring run now 12 love for Purdue. Hawkeyes need to stop the bleeding somehow, some way. And that easy one falls right into Banks' hands after Combs missed another 3-ball. It's 19-9.
Banks has got to be ultra aggressive, and I know he's going up against length with Trey Kaufman-Renn and Daniel Jacobson, but he's got to use that big frame of his, manufacture points, get extra possessions on the glass.
That ended a 5-minute, 7-second drought for Iowa. By the way, a massive 5-man rotation lineup change coming on the next dead ball. Oh, the iron kind to Meyer. Boy, touch them all, and it's 22-9.
Normally, rims like that don't allow that for the road team. A 15-2 scoring run has this crowd stunned right now. The first sellout crowd for Iowa this season.
Fulgaris with an answer. They're looking to explode. They are in this building. They've not had a win that would be as large as this, but they've dug themselves a hole with paltry perimeter shooting. There's a turnover. Numbers, Sturts, Combs, missed 2 from point-blank range. First thought there should have been a foul, none called. Harris, not this time, and Tavion Banks brings it down, and he comes down gingerly on that left hamstring of his. He's managing to get to the front court, but not easily. His foul.
And Tavion Banks at 11, and then there's a pretty significant drop-off. This is a huge loss if Iowa can't get him back in the game.
Nice ball fake. Hausen, the other really good outside shooter, with an over-transfer. And that one won't fall for Urach. Trevin Urach. Number 27, seldom used player on the floor now with Banks out.
He slammed into a brick wall, also known as Oscar Clough.
Lawyer? Oh, yeah. He plays the nylon song. He loves the wing jumper.
Well, and he will just keep shooting. Fletcher Lawyer's had an up-and-down season shooting the basketball, but last game against Nebraska, 4 for 17 from 3.
Fulgaris with an answer. They are now, after that hoop, by Fulgaris, 2 out of 7 on layups. So they've missed chippies and 3-pointers. And they're going to rely on their defense to get some stops to claw their way back into it. Trailing by 11 now. Clough loses it. And a little return to center as Harris takes it away.
They didn't reset the shot clock.
Right. With his brother Joey, and they're here today, and this is a dream come true for the Timko family, of course, for McCollum to be here as the Iowa head coach. Lawyer filling it up now. He's hit 2 big trays on the wing.
And one of the best 3-point shooters, maybe just like in general, but I would say off of the move, he is special. He can get his feet lined up in half a second and drill it.
We mentioned Banks out of the game, meaning Urach is out there. He's a great young prospect as a freshman out of Des Moines. And look at those moves inside, and Clough. 6'11" senior out of... And Urak gets the job done at the free throw line. Well, Purdue started 1 out of 7 from three-point range. They've hit 5 of their last 6 to catapult to this lead of a baker's dozen.
Last game, Purdue against Nebraska shot 46 threes.
Jacobson wasn't, I mean, he was in position for that. He just couldn't get both mitts on it. Urak right at him. Vulgaris. And the big fella Jacobson clears it for Purdue. He always navigates, doesn't he? Look, you got an elite point guard like that.
Yeah.
Braden Smith makes it so easy for big fellas like Jacobson, and it's 30-15.
What I notice is what I call a boomerang pass. So he throws that ball to Trey Kaufman-Renn and then immediately gets that pass right back and attacks this the second time. That's why Smith is so hard to guard. You can't breathe when he leaves.
He can knock him down from downtown. He was Iowa's Mr. Basketball honoree, had a season-high 10 back in November. Now they're getting some large minutes at a time when they really need him, with Banks on the mend with a bad wheel on the sideline. Smith lost that one. He is a bit of a quarterback that loves to look long and make dangerous passes as well.
Yeah, he likes to throw into triple coverage at times.
There's a little Brett Favre in his game, but you have to live with that, and Matt Painter does.
Braden Smith spoon-feeding him this season.
Well, they went to sleep on the inbound pass. They got an easy one that time. C.J. Cox with a layup to make it 32-18. Well, he may be a bit of a gunslinger, Braden Smith, but he keys a 9 assists to 1 turnover stat line for the Boilermaker backcourt. Urak feeling it now, taking it right to Jacobson, and he's fouled.
And we keep going, but you can't put him at the line.
He's moving over there pretty gingerly, but he's up and down. He's trying to walk it off down there at the end of the bench, but we'll keep a very close eye on him during the intermission. 32-20 our score. 5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Those entry passes so fast. Lawyer, a leaner. Run down by the Hawkeyes.
Now Ben Sturz needs to get this ball and try and figure out a way to get a shot.
Howard with a beautiful dump down. They converge so quickly. Urak's going to take it again. Jacobson clears.
Well, the most active offensive players for the Hawkeyes so far have been Urak and Alvaro Fulgaris. These guards need to get involved, though.
Oh, that was TKR just lost that. That was a good pass. Sturz finally gets one in. Mark it down. His first field goal comes just past the 4-minute mark. That's your leading scorer. And they're on their feet at Carver Hawkeye.
Now, we don't anticipate a lot of turnovers between these two teams. They're both excellent at taking care of the basketball, but when you get one, make them pay. Nice pass.
And another foul. He'll live at the line.
From 3. That's not what Matt Painter wants, I don't think. But he's also if it's open and they're good, let's take them.
Yeah. By the way, interesting moment with our friend LaFonso Ellis. I was in O'Hare, and I'm hustling. I'm about 100 yards behind him. He has no idea I'm behind him. I'm trying to get the escalator, the speed walk, the whole bit, going from one side of the airport to the other. He's walking the stairs. He took the stairs all the way up, the big fella.
Well, LaFonso's 6'8" as well, so it takes him about 3 steps while you take 10 on the speed escalator to match him.
Well, at least I was walking. I wasn't in a tram. Quick out. Pulled down at midcourt by Isaiah Howard. They've gotten a lot out of Urak. Harris has helped them. And Howard, too. Nothing from the guards. They've not been very productive at all in this first half. That one's deflected, and yet another turnover by Cale Combs.
Yeah, he has struggled, Combs has. And he had a career-high 16 in the first matchup at Purdue, but Combs so far 0 for 3, that turnover. Mediacom Court logo.
And it's subtle. It's cool.
Yes,
it's subtle.
that is amazing.
Her number, very small. 22.
These fans, they're waiting.
Yeah,
they are waiting and waiting for something to cheer for.
Maya off the bounce. Sturts is the guy that needs to deliver it. Only 2 points in this half. And the Sturts that handles that drink, he needs to get rolling now. But look at them run two at him. Just outstanding defense against him.
And watch him move.
Oh, beautiful, right on cue. Out of the foul.
He will never stop moving. And then number 2 reason, I think, Timmy, when he has
plus an and one to go with it, that could create a little mojo for him going into the second half. Nice pass. It'll go the other way.
On the corner, he's not a three-point shooter. He's only made 2 3-pointers all season, and he just got caught in his indecision.
That's a reaching foul on Meyer.
Deion Banks goes to the bench.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ben McCollum was very worried.
And a missed free throw opportunity for Howard there that could have really helped. DKR scored the first 4 points for Purdue, but none since.
And watch Cam Mania right here, number 3 in white. He's got the tough job.
Well, let's see. From the wing, he's going to give it a try. Not to be. Holmes pulls it down. And they got a chance to cut it to 7 or 6 on this possession. This comeback's been kind of a drip.
They haven't had an explosive run at all. I can't actually remember them making 2 consecutive baskets.
Great turnaround. Everything but the finish for Maniau.
Gotta have those.
Yeah.
Iowa does not have to play a perfect basketball game, but when you get 2 feet in the lane, you're 2 feet away from the basket, that's gotta be a 100%er.
That one doesn't fall, and it's pulled out of there by Iowa. Starts trying to get back. Purdue's offensive to defensive transition is tremendous. Fulgaris, great pass, and Holmes short-armed it in the paint. That's got to be nerves. That's one that's got to go down. He's killing himself. You can see no one's more disgusted with himself right now than Cale Combs. If I'm ever there, it'll probably be because my career's over, but I really want to go to a Daytona 500 one day.
You're never going to retire. Braden Smith hasn't really been a scorer at all in this first half.
KKR working on Fulgaris. Nice little duck under that time. Smooth. That's what he can do for you in so many ways.
I'm confused on why that's not a travel, though, because he established his pivot foot, and then as he slid by, he lifted the pivot foot before he shot it.
Yeah, Fulgaris is asking him about it right now on this end of the floor. Well, they can get it to single digits if they convert on this final possession of the half. A leaner, just nothing falling for Banks, and that's the good news. He's in the game for that final possession, so hopefully that bodes well in the second half for Iowa, but we highlighted at the top of the game, non-factors. But Brian Colucci's well on his way.
Yep.
He is our producer today, and Dustin Dente, the able veteran, calling all the shots for us today here on Fox. And as we start the second half, Banks is out there. Let's see what they can do in this opening possession. The 3-ball just not going for them at all today. Yet another miss. 2 out of 13 from the floor. This Iowa Hawkeyes team, Isaiah Howard unable to get that one to go.
The first play of the first half, we saw a cross screen to get Trey Kaufman ran a touch. We'll see what they run here.
One thing about Smith, he may not score, but he'll beat you in a number of other ways. Shot clock down to 2. Clough's going to have to put it up. Oh! Went for and
Beneath the basket.
Yeah, he knows he was almost about to get away with one.
Braden Smith just stole that.
How about that? Loose ball out of bounds, and it will go to Iowa.
And I have watched Iowa play almost every game this season. This is about as lethargic as their offense has looked.
Minded coach. But it's his offense that has escaped his team today. And there's a lazy pass picked off by C.J. Cox. And one!
That to me should have been a no call. Like Sturts is like running backwards. Fletcher Lawyer just forced the official's hand on that one.
Well, Iowa, the one thing they had going for them, they only had one turnover in the first half. They've picked up two here in the first 90 seconds.
Back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, first 90 seconds of the half.
This to me has got to be a shot from Sturts. He's got Trey Kaufman-Renn on him.
That teardrop won't fall. Clough gets it out of there right into the hands of Braden Smith. End to end, high off the window pane, killing it softly. Talent of all the teams I've seen. I don't know that they're playing better than Arizona game in and game out, but their talent, I think, supersedes everyone else in college basketball this year.
We see eye to eye on that. I think Michigan has another level, especially offensively, that other teams just don't have. I do think Arizona and Michigan are starting.
Got that foul, his second largest lead of this game now. It's a very important moment. Down by 11 at the break, down by 16 after this forced timeout, not even 2 minutes deep. Iowa needs to make a run. Sage, beautiful, found the baseline open, and since he had not hit the three ball, he decided to drive. 41-27.
I think all 5 Iowa Hawkeyes touched the basketball on that possession. You get a nice drive because the C's open up when you change it side to side.
Speaking of passing, particularly the ball ahead of the defenders. Smith leads it. What a pass that was to a wide open CJ, and he gets a payday. Cox now getting it done, and Banks sits out of that timeout for Iowa. It's 44-27. Perhaps he just can't go, and that's bad news for the Hawkeyes.
It is silent in this building right now.
Yeah, they've been waiting to explode all afternoon.
I mean, really, it feels like a practice game.
Tough shot that time for Hansen. You know, Hausen is a player, when you think about it, Brendan Hausen is a player that can really help them offensively. But you have a liability then when you get on the defensive end of the floor.
I mean, is there a conference in America that has better point guard play than the Big Ten?
And Cox is lighting it up. And the lead balloons to 20. 3.5 gone by, and Purdue's trying to wave bye-bye at this stage.
And we've talked about how old this Purdue team is. C.J. Cox is the only underclassman. He's a sophomore in the starting 5. So the bench of underclassmen came in. C.J. Cox, we've given you a glimpse of what Purdue could be in the future.
Hausen, boy, the iron downright rude. Halfway down the cylinder now. Smith on the run.
Look at him just throw. Smith has no agenda. He's not trying to score out here. He's just trying to spray it around.
Well, Cox moved to the left side, and it was not as productive as the right. Hausen's had 2 really good looks. Both of them could have easily gone and didn't.
I'm surprised right here.
Clough! Lazy passes will be penalized.
Great, that's my era.
That's right, the 0-2 national champion for Gary Williams. Look at that, just spread the floor, keep it moving.
And Purdue got a nice steal there from Isaiah Howard, but Purdue, they move the basketball so well, they trust each other that when they give it up, they're going to get it back.
Sturts without a shot in this half. That's almost unconscionable. That was so bad from Urach. It leads to an easy one that finally Manial can put through.
And Urach looked right at his head coach, Ben McCollum, on the sideline and gave him the thumbs up. Like, is that the play you drew up, coach? Yeah, I'm just going to throw it off the backboard. See what happens.
Jack Benter still out on the floor, number 14, and the black and gold of Purdue. Lawyer with a dump down, and they're going to get Sturts, maybe. Well, Bennett picked up his 3rd foul, and is yet to take a shot. And Cox is just throwing him up from his hip now. I mean, he's on the seat of his pants, and he's knocking down trays. 50-29. Yeah, that 3-point shot goal is looking like the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, everything's falling. Sturts finally gets one to fall and finally takes a shot. He needs a lot more here in the second half.
Absolutely. And he's a 4-level scorer. I mean that. 4 levels, 3-point line, mid-range, which you saw right there at the rim, and then the 4th level is getting to the foul line. I've never met an elite level scorer that didn't know how to get fouled. You said the Atlantic Ocean. I'm a Pacific Ocean guy myself there, Timothy.
That one too. Yep. Venturi, count it. And those looks, by the way, are wide open looks. As they move that ball around the perimeter, there's not a closeout anywhere near them. Purdue is now 4 out of 6 from beyond the arc this half.
Looking, right? That's how much, trust he has with his teammates and just familiarity with his offense. 4-year starter.
Banks off the pick from Urach, not there. Jacobson's come into the game for Clough, who picked up his 3rd foul. And of course, Jacobson acquitted himself beautifully in the first half. That's where Cox wants it all day long. I mean, talk about string music. He's got his own symphony in the second half.
Total domination right now. This is an instructional video on how to play offense, moving the basketball.
Yep.
I mean, Iowa's getting shredded.
A little bit like that Purdue's first half at Nebraska, when you think about it. I mean, they looked really good in that first half at Nebraska.
Yeah, that was an 11-1 start Purdue had against Nebraska. Oh, look at that pass.
And the foul by Urach.
The score, Fletcher Lawyer's not been the man. Trey Kaufman ran at 6 points in the first half. It's been the others.
I mean, that might have been divine guidance for Iowa to keep that one from going down. 12 points for Cox. Iowa has 6 here in the second half as a team.
That's got to be a shot from Isaiah Howard.
Defense worked on it meticulously today, as we mentioned. And now he's seeing his offense completely broken down. And from a defensive standpoint, lapses. So it's now a 25-point laugher in the opening moments of the second half. The reach-in foul.
And is choosing not to attack.
And he just committed his 4th foul. Starts with 4 fouls, 1 away from being eliminated from the game entirely. And he only has 9 points in his performance today. Much better player than he's shown. Here he is.
Even there, I mean, that's got to be a 3.
Inside and in traffic, trying to go reversal against Jacobson, and is bailed out with the foul. Before committing to Purdue back in October of 23, he took the Purdue offer really from away from UMass and most of the Ivy League. That was about all that he had in front of him. Cox and Harris combined have 26 points, 7 of 13 from downtown. And I mean, talk about Lawyers being arguably one of the best shooters, if not the best in the country. But today, it's been CJ for the Boilermakers.
You remember, Timmy, Purdue led by 22 points last game at Nebraska. Nebraska came storming back. Now, this Iowa offense isn't, to me, as talented overall as a group as that. But, like, to me, Purdue has learned from that experience already that happened a couple nights ago. They're showing no signs of slowing down or letting Iowa find a rhythm.
And I thought the game against Maryland after winning 6 in a row was a bit of a Twilight Zone game. I'm wondering if maybe that loss to the lowly Terps of Buzz Williams. And by the way, Buzz is going to be great at Maryland in time. He just needs time to get some players in there. But that was a kind of an unexplainable loss. Sturts had another one of those 30-plus performances, 36 in that game, and yet they lose to the Terps, who have struggled in Big Ten play. And you wonder if there's not some lingering residue from that loss.
2-10 in Big Ten play, and just got stung.
There's some huge games, as you saw in the NCAAs, get past the first round into the second a season ago. But this has been in large measure, very successful initial season here at Carver Hawkeye for him. And on the double down, a foul against Cooper Cox.
And folks, I'm sitting on the sideline right now, and I'm shocked. I know that there are a lot of Hawkeye fans watching this game. This team has performed very well. Even in losses, they've been very competitive. And this one, it's gotten away from them. We still have 10.5 to go, but to me, it would just take a barrage of threes, and Bennett Sturts has got to take over this thing.
That cutaway shot that Vescovente just got at the coach, that was a I can't believe this look on Ben McCollum's face too. Sturts is playing because he has to with 4 fouls.
You mentioned the schedule, upcoming schedule, right? This current 2-game homestand is critical, right? Yep. So today at Purdue, and then Tuesday they host Nebraska. And if they can't figure out a way to get back in this game and win it, I'm not going to say that Nebraska game's a must-win, but they're still searching for a signature win. Is Iowa.
Not only that, they should be ranked now.
Yes.
But after yesterday, they ought to be in the teens. I don't want to see him at 20. I want to see him in the teens for Greg Gard.
So as Trey Kaufman gets a tough one to go. Wisconsin has 2 of the better road wins in the country. I mean, Arizona has a win at UConn. Okay, a shorthanded UConn, but Wisconsin's beat Michigan at Michigan and Illinois on the road. That's impressive.
Garrett's trying to drive on TKR and he's fouled. Win over Kansas today. Iowa State win over Kansas was huge. The Cyclones are so tough to beat at home. Starts playing with those 4 fouls. Gets Koch an opportunity. He drains a triple.
Yeah, that looked beautiful. I mean, off his hands. There's sometimes, Timmy, when I watch a guy shoot the basketball and I wonder how it goes in. That was pure.
Koch has got a lot of talent. The redshirt freshman out of Peoria, Illinois. Smith with the dump down, and there's TKR again, working on Mannion. Shot clock dwindling down on Meyer. Jacobson had it. He's going to be fouled by Mannion on the reach. Would be understandable. You know, I get that. I think the officials managed that beautifully. Figueres needs some help. He picked up his dribble right at the timeline.
Nothing easy. There's been nothing easy at the rim for Iowa.
I mean, I know he's not Zach Edey, but he's protecting the rim. But he wasn't quick enough to stop Mannion that time.
A really nice pass from Figueres, whom I like a lot. It's not like he's still a little bit rough around the edges, Figueres, but man, he's super skilled at 6'10".
And unlike a lot of European players, he doesn't mind the physical nature of the game. You know, you see a lot of guys that are face up that you would like to think could be better at posting up. He doesn't mind contact.
Oh, really nice pass. And that's not a rarity if you've watched Iowa play. Figueres averages 2 assists a game off the bench as a big.
Meyer, oh, that's beautiful. Again, a magnificent special that they run consistent, and Iowa went to sleep on it. Starts a fall away. He can get a load of buckets for you in a hurry.
Only his 2nd shot attempt this half, though. I mean, we're at 8 minutes, Timmy B.
Yeah. That old saying, stars at times need to understand that stars.
Yeah, and I'm not
to take over.
Sometimes you have to force it too, right? And Sturts has earned the right to force a few shots. Or at least we've got an arm wrestling.
Off the ball, Koch got tied up. Matt for the Bruce went to Illinois. All right, he teaches now, and he's a fixture of this sport. And he's no longer the best head coach without a Final Four. He's been there, and here's of just that, a national title.
Tim, there are only 2 schools that have ranked in the top 25 of Ken Palm's rankings for each of the last 11 straight seasons. Purdue and Gonzaga. That's the list. That's how it is harder than it's ever been with the NIL transfer portal era. And I think, to me, there are 5 coaches that have done it the best, even though we're in this new era. Matt Painter, Tom Izzo, Mark Few, Dan Hurley, and Kelvin Sampson. I might be leaving out a couple, but those are the 5 that come to mind.
Oh, that was an experiment. They were down at one point by 27, 58-31. Jacobson tied up, inside, too easy. Missed that one, little jump hook. And then the frustration foul.
His left knee looked pretty healthy on that one.
They missed him the last 8 minutes of that first half. He did come in for the last minute, but really could not make a contribution. They've hit their last 5 shots, Iowa. Looking to convert here. Garris, that's some of that skill set you were talking about. Did not get the finger roll to go, however. Banks is on the deck. And the loose ball chased down, finally pulled out of there by Meyer of Purdue.
I'd like to see a little bit more of Omer Meyer, number 17 in dark. I mean, because there are a lot of Purdue fans that are wondering, like, how is anybody going to fill the shoes of Braden Smith, right? That torch has to be passed at some point.
By the way, Trey Kaufman ran. You talked about how quiet he's been for much of the day. That's another double-double. 10 points, 11 boards for him. He just quietly goes about his business.
All 11 of those rebounds were in the first half.
Yeah. Starts.
He's this player. He's going to have a better NBA career than I ever did. But I'm just confused on why it took him so long to just be aggressive.
Lawyer with that shot fake.
Yes. Until Iowa.
Braden Smith's podcast, Running the Point. And he said that. I haven't been on. But those two have such great chemistry with one another on the floor. And you look at that whiteboard and the offensive coordination that's done. Now, it's not being utilized now, and it's sort of become a laugher. But on that staff for the Boilermakers, they actually define their staff from an offensive and defensive standpoint. There's a 3-ball that falls for the aforementioned Hausen. We can get you double digits at any time. 68-51.
You see the whiteboard right there at the top of your screen. That's where they flash their play calls. And I asked Matt Painter about it. He's like, we got 10 sets. And then off those 10 sets.
Hey, Thompson, the offensive coordinator, he's taking a... Clough is just... you look up what a Purdue Boilermaker is supposed to look like in the front court.
There you go. Look at him right
there, guy.
So Matt Painter said that he has no responsibility of looking at our defense. He's like, to him, to Coach Thompson, defense doesn't exist.
Yes.
And that's my job. That's the job I want. If I ever become a coach someday, can I just be
the 60 mark today? Manya's got to be thinking, the basketball gods owed me an iron kind on that free throw. 70-54.
Everybody looking over at the call. And it's almost like it doesn't matter if the defense sees it. There's no way that the players for Iowa have memorized the playbook for Purdue.
Shot clock down to 5. Cox, you know he wants it. Doesn't get it to go.
3 bodies.
Oh, my goodness. TKR got rid of a couple of guys. They're all on the hardwood. That's the easiest offensive rebound Braden Smith will ever get. Plus, he gets his 11th assist of the day. And a bucket to go with it. Hausen. And Clough with the rebound.
It was almost like a grenade went off in the middle of the lane. 3 bodies just hit the deck. What a bizarre play.
Now this is one for Ben McCollum. He's going to probably just burn the tape at the end.
Absolutely.
The stepfather, Roger Timko, who was an undercover policeman in the Storm Lake area of Iowa, about 3.5 hours from here, became one of the greatest stepfathers that a young man could have going through adolescence. And when he came in here with his team from Northwest Missouri State in an exhibition to play a couple of years ago. He said, you know what, one day, Mary, I think he may coach here at Iowa. He did not live to see that day come, but Mary remembered it, and so did Ben, because he was a tremendous inspiration to young Ben McCollum. And is with him every day in spirit, no question of that. And she's retired now, retired judge in the area. Makes every home game on Saturdays, along with Ben's brother, Joey.
I love that. I think Ben McCollum is one of the best rising coaches.
No doubt.
He's not like a young coach per se, but he's young to Division I.
He had to earn it.
Yes.
In so many ways, he reminds me of Lance Leipold, who got it done at the Division III level, then at Buffalo, and now he's coaching in football at Kansas. A little bit like Kurt Cignetti from a football standpoint. Now the head coach and national champion at Indiana. Had to get it done at Elon College, places like that, before he hit on the big screen of Division I. Braden Smith can't get it done. Those great coaches can be found in a myriad of places.
Dan, I was on the sideline. You mentioned it last year for the NCAA tournament when his Drake team beat Missouri, like dismantled Missouri's high-powered offensive attack. They lost in the next round to Texas Tech, but I knew that Ben McCollum was going to be a top 5 coach for a lot of teams.
I said before we went to break, you know, he'll probably burn this tape, but I hope some of the family heard this last minute or so.
They appreciate you for doing the homework on that.
Housen from way downtown. That's his first miss in the second half. Oh boy, that was an incidental contact. 4 turnovers in the last 14 I've seen through the course of the season. But a team like Purdue, okay, can easily be forgotten, like Wisconsin's been in a lot of ways forgotten. There's just so many teams. It's truly going to be about matchups this year.
You know, talking about Purdue, if there's one big weakness that I've seen with Purdue this year, it's on the defensive end, and it's, you know, guarding inside the three-point arc. Even though Daniel Jacobs has done a good job against Iowa, opponents are shooting 52% from two-point territory, Tim. As Sturtz misses another 3. 52% from two-point territory as a defense.
No one with 15 plus. I mean, that's just hard to beat that. And they'll just dribble it out at this stage. Casey, it's been a minute since you and I had worked together. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit sore. I'll get an ice bath later tonight, but I had a great time. It's my first time at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Hollywood guys are so soft.
I am soft. I admit it. I like sunshine, and I like it soft. I like it comfortable.
We'll fire up the Gus bus in Nashville for Virginia and Ohio State. Shortly, Matt Painter comes away with career win number 250 in the Big Ten, joining that illustrious group.